巨星驾到，每天我们都会遇到巨星，每次都会遇到巨星，每一个巨星都有自己不同的故事。我们今天的巨星让很多的球迷都难以忘记，他是谁？我们请刘畅给我们介绍。
好的，谢谢苏东老师。接下来呢，要我为大家隆重的介绍一下今天做客到我们巨星驾到的这位来宾。这位嘉宾他曾经在世界杯的历史上留下最动人的泪水。这泪水呢，并不是来自于加斯科因或者马拉多纳的眼泪，而是他捧着大力神杯哭得像个孩子的瞬间。这一幕令众多球迷难忘。他曾经用娴熟的足球技术和一次次的射门，成为了对方守门员的噩梦，被誉为最可怕的禁区杀手。他呢，长了一头非常美丽的金色的头发，被誉为金色轰炸机。金发飘舞间，足球入网，是对金色轰炸机这个绰号最完美的诠释。有人说他到底是用了哪个牌子的洗发水呢？今天就让我们亲自来问一问他。让我们用热烈的掌声有请本期巨星驾到的来宾，德国3驾马车之一传奇球星尤尔根·克林斯曼先生，有请。
Nice to meet you too.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Welcome to our show. First question. Where's your long hair?
Your golden, the blondie hair.
Yeah, long time gone.
Welcome to the show. Take a
Yes,
seat.
please be
Thank you.
seated.
Thank you.
We're very happy to have you here. Because of you, we have to talk something about German team. What happened to them?
Well, I mean, obviously, from the outside, it's always difficult to understand what really happened. But I just think that they were maybe too sure about things. You know, they were maybe overconfident that they will easily go into the next round, and so it's a mindset that was not on the highest concentration level.
Right.
And then you pay the price, because in a World Cup you cannot underestimate any team. You know, you have to go 100% in every game. And they didn't bring those 100% out of themselves, so that's why they went home early.
I just read the news. German Football Association just renewed the contract with Löw. Do you think it's a good or bad for the future German football?
Well, I think it's a good thing, because, you know, when you make mistakes, like they made mistakes, that's why they lost and that's why they went home, you also want to have the chance to fix the mistakes. You know, when you change right away everything again, then you start from zero again. But Joachim, he knows that, well, we made mistakes. You know, now if he stays on and he has a longer contract, that gives him the chance also to fix the mistakes, and that speaks then for more continuous work. And I think everybody admitted that they made mistakes, and now they can correct them.
I still wonder if it is a smart move for excluding Sané into the squad. Everybody is asking.
Yeah, and understandably, because as a fan you see this player and he's a very good player.
Right.
But only the coach knows that. You know, Joachim knows exactly why he didn't fit into the group this time. He's very young.
Yeah.
So when a coach makes a decision like that, he doesn't take a certain player, even if the player is followed by many fans and regarded really, really positively, you cannot judge it from the outside. You know, so when you make a roster, every piece needs to fit. And in this moment, maybe he didn't fit. He will fit in the next roster. You know, now he comes back, and then he will mature. He will get more experienced, and then he will play his hopefully a very long, successful career.
So let's imagine if the association offers you a new contract for German national team, would you like to consider a little bit about it?
No, because I live in California. I live far away.
Let's involve your assistant coach. Comparing nowadays Löw to 12 years ago, what's the difference? Can you tell?
Well, every person, we all, we change, with our experiences. So Joachim became very experienced, became a real personality, and he guided Germany to win the World Cup in Brazil.
Right.
He's a wonderful person, and he's learning with every tournament. He's learning with every game. So he's also learning now with a defeat. He's learning with a disappointment. He's learning with issues that maybe Germany didn't see before the tournament. So that also makes him, again, an even better coach, because you go through bad times too. So I think every person, with everything we do in life, every moment right now here, you're learning.
Can I understand this way? German Football Association is giving Love another chance to make it up in 2 years' time.
Football, the emotions in football, they're always short term. Right now, the emotions are down because we lost, If they do well in the next European Championship, the emotions come up and everybody's happy. So often people that are responsible for a federation or for a big club, often they lose their heads because the emotions are down. And then they make decisions that they maybe regret a few months later.
Right.
So I had a very experienced coach when I was a player. His name is Otto Rehhagel.
Right.
And Otto Rehhagel, when I played for Bayern Munich, he once told me, Jürgen, never make a decision when you're emotional. And I think the German Federation, take your time now, analyze what went wrong, and then, make up your mind what to do. But I think they will correct it, they will correct the mistakes, and then hopefully they have a wonderful European Championship in 2 years. And then in Qatar, a very successful World Cup.
All right. So now there are some teams still in Russia, and some teams are going home. Have you ever thought of all those champions, like German, Argentina, Spain, whatsoever? So they're going home, and now all the teams still in Russia. Have you ever expected?
No, I don't think that anybody expected that. But that's the beauty of a World Cup.
That's a beauty.
It's a beauty because it's unpredictable. And as football is unpredictable, you never know what happens.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe player gets sent off after 5 minutes, and team is down a man, and then is going to go home early. We hope that Messi puts his stamp on this World Cup. Didn't happen. We hope Ronaldo puts his stamp on the World Cup. Didn't happen. We hope Germany does it. Spain. But that's the beauty of the game, And now the teams that are still in the World Cup, they can write history. They can write history, and they can make it a very, very exciting finish. Everyone has his favorite team from now on going forward, and who knows who's going to win it.
So far in this World Cup, which player impressed you most?
I think when you look at the teams and you look at a Belgian team for right now, for example.
Lukaku?
Lukaku looks good, De Bruyne looks. And I think we're going to see a couple of more special players coming through now in the knockout round.
Yeah, in the past 10 or 15 years, Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, they actually sort of similar football.
Yep.
They left Russia on the same day.
Yep.
In your opinion, what did it mean? It's a sort of fading away generation for football?
I don't hope so. I hope to see Messi and Ronaldo in Qatar in 4 years, because they are two amazing players, and they really formed the last 10 years, 12 years of world football. They were the biggest players of that generation,
right?
Like it was before. You had certain players like Maradona and Mateos and Gullit in the 90s, and before that in the 70s you had Cruyff and Beckenbauer players, and before that Pelé. So you want players like Ronaldo and Messi to stay on as long as they can, And I hope Ronaldo won at least the European Championship with Portugal.
Right.
You want Messi to win a trophy with Argentina. So hopefully he's not too frustrated now, and
get ready for the next stop.
Yeah, go ready and be ready for the next tournament. Don't be too disappointed. But also we all hope to see the next upcoming generation of exciting young players. And I think when you see Mbappe, when you see Harry Kane, when you see De Bruyne, when you see Lukaku, when you see players like them, then that gives you excitement.
Right. Nowadays, Mbappe is going better and better from strength to strength. What's your opinion and impression of this young kid?
I think he's hugely talented because he's all-rounded in his game.
Yeah.
You know, he's strong, his left foot, right foot, he's amazing pace,
Right.
very powerful. He can play on the wings, he can play in the middle, he
Right.
can play as a number 9 or he can play as a winger, he can come from behind. So that makes him unpredictable. And this is something that every coach would love to have, a player that is unpredictable. He's just learning. He's just starting his career. You know?
Right.
I mean, he's 19
Right.
years old, and so there's one thing is the quality of a player, and the other thing is the quality of a person. And you always hope when you see the quality of the player that also the person comes along.
Right.
So that the person stays humble, the person stays down to earth and becomes a leader of its generation. And I think Messi is a real leader because he always stayed humble
Right.
and on the ground. And that's why I always hope for him to win a big trophy. And that's why I hope he continues and gives it another try in 4 years in Qatar.
Our big families, they support different teams. We have some supporters, they are after Brazil. They are now very nervous. So talking about Brazil, do you think Neymar, Coutinho, Paulinho, they could help Brazil national team to lift the trophy?
Yes, they could, yeah. I think, you know, in every group, in every team, there are leaders always emerging, you know. And sometimes it's not the biggest name, the leader. You know, maybe Neymar on the field is the biggest player with the thing, or Paulinho or Coutinho, but maybe in the group there's somebody else that runs the group.
Right.
You know, that is
Right.
the kind of the spiritual leader behind, that keeps everybody on the same page, that keeps the energy positive. And as a coach, when you have 23 players, especially the players that maybe are on the bench and you think they are not that important,
It is important.
they become maybe the most important players within their group.
Right.
To make sure that everybody stays focused, everybody stays confident, everybody has a good level of aggressiveness to win the next game. You know? So when you choose as a coach the players maybe number 18 to 23,
Yeah.
you know, on
Yeah.
your paper, you know,
Right.
not now, not the number now they can play, you know, in the beginning, but those are often players that you need to run the group. You need them to make sure that every training session has the right energy, has the right drive. And sometimes we don't know the name of those players because that's maybe not the biggest name on the team sheet.
Yeah, actually, I could not remember which coach said so. Sometimes the player you can rely on is not playing.
Yep,
It's
exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
how it is. Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Comparing Mbappe, Harry Kane, Lukaku, are they going to be able to compete for the Golden Boot?
Yeah. Yeah, they're able to compete
Who's
for the
got
Golden
a
Boot.
little bit better chance?
Well, obviously they're all very, very good
Yeah,
strikers.
yeah, I know.
And
It's very hard to
we
say.
admire them all, but
Right.
because I played for Tottenham, I only want Harry Kane to get that trophy.
Yeah, you know.
Because I'm a Tottenham fan, so I cheer on for Harry Kane. Yeah, but I admire the other ones too, but I hope for Harry Kane. Especially now with Ronaldo being not there anymore.
Oh yeah, you reminded me. Last time I interviewed Gary Lineker.
Yes.
I also said I'm a fan of Harry Kane. Of course, he's also from the.
He's also Tottenham.
Right. Yeah.
See how big Tottenham is now.
I know. So in that game, Germany beat Argentina. Klinsmann gave a magic note to Lehmann. You still remember this one?
Yes.
What does the magic note say?
Well, I mean, when you now be in the knockout stage, and as we saw yesterday,
Yes.
2 penalty shootouts.
Right.
You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for penalties, not only the one that shoots the penalty, but especially the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So the job of a goalkeeper coach is to prepare his goalkeeper with as much information as possible about who takes the penalties from the opponents.
Yeah.
So you analyze all their latest Now with technology, no problem. You analyze all their latest penalties that they took, where the majority of their penalties go, and then you give your goalkeeper the information. Okay,
to remind him.
To remind him, this player goes more to the left, this player goes more to the right.
Right.
So that's what we did, and Jens saved us in this penalty shootout and took us to the next round.
Where is the magic note now?
Oh, I don't know. I think Jens has it. I don't know.
Almost many years ago, I went to England.
Yeah.
To do the commentary for Premier League. I also asked Jens Lehmann.
Okay.
So what happened to that note? He said, I cannot tell you. Unless Jürgen asked me to tell you, I could tell you. But I can tell you. The magic note says, if I can save more penalties, I can get more money.
I think that's a logical.
All right.
Automatically, don't need to tell him that. So, in that moment, he knew that if he goes further, he will make more money.
Who's your choice of champion? Another tough question.
Yeah, very tough. Yeah, I will see. Brazil.
Brazil
is still up there. Belgium looks very, very good. Are they mature? I mean, are they ready to win a trophy like this? Question mark. Now with Germany being at home, and me being a former Tottenham player, I keep my fingers crossed for England.
Football sometimes is a heritage. Like Pele. Pele was a great striker. Klinsmann is a great striker. Their sons are goalkeepers. How they are Jonathan? He is under a U20 USA team. Do you think he could make to the national squad in 4 years?
I think so, yeah. I think he's very talented. So now he's in this learning stage. He's 1 year now in Berlin as a number 3, and then goalkeepers, they have to work their way up.
Right.
One day become number 2 and one day become number 1. So he started that process. From a talent point of view, yes, he has the talent to become a real good number 1 one day.
Okay.
I think his role model is Jens Lehmann.
Yes. Did you ever train him in your backyard?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, no wonder. Okay, the last question. Have you ever sort of just a little bit someday in the future to be a manager in China?
Oh, you never know in life.
Great.
You always
That's
have
a
to be
good
open
answer.
for anything that can happen.
I hope someday you can coach a team in the China Super League. All right, thank you for all these things. For sharing your stories. 我们在录这一期节目之前呢，我们也在前方采访到了库尔图瓦。下面我们进入到勾米3分钟环节。
本栏目由国美分麦 Note 声纹识别手机独家冠名播出。
Bibo, nice to meet you and so happy to talk to you. We know that you was born in a volleyball family, and when you were a child, you showed great talent both in football and volleyball, even tennis. So why you choose football finally, and did your parents support your decision?
Yeah, the thing was that my parents wanted me at first to do a sport what I like, volleyball, football. They don't really care, but they were just that I was sportive and do something. And I did all the sports when I was young. I did tennis, volleyball, football, even basketball a bit. And at that time I liked volleyball and football, but then Racing Genk, one of the best teams in Belgium, wanted me in their academy. So then I decided to go for that, and my parents supported me in it. And maybe my father sometimes hoped I was a volleyball player, but he's proud of me as a goalkeeper, and they support me in it,
And we heard that your original position is left back. Is that true? And what is the opportunity for you to choose to become a goalkeeper?
So when I was in Genk, they and even my small team of my town before, I was mostly left back, and they to play you everywhere to see who has the quality to play maybe striker, defender, or midfielder or goalkeeper. And when we had some tournament, they asked me to be in goal. And because I play volleyball, I like to dive, and I was best goalkeeper of this tournament. And then they say, oh, okay, maybe you have more talent there than as left back. And then when we play 11 vs 11, they say, we think it's better for you in your career that you go in goal. And I was happy to do it, and it turned out well.
We know that for a goalkeeper, the gloves is very important partner for you. And how often you will change your glove?
It depends a bit of how much damage they have. I think when they're brand new, they don't have the same grip to catch a ball than when you use it a few times. So mostly I have 1 or 2 gloves I use in training, and I change every day a bit. And then I have 3 pairs of gloves that I take always to games, and maybe after 3-4 games I change it, depends. Sometimes when I play a few good games with 1 glove, I want to continue play with this glove. But otherwise I change them every few games. I think in a season with maybe 60-65 games like this year, I use maybe 100-150 pairs as well. With Nike, sometimes you have 1 color of glove, then they change, so you have to change the color and so we use a lot, and but I like that they are used a little bit, but not new. But I have to change because otherwise they are broken as well. You know.
So I'm going to give time to our hostess.
Yeah.
Ms. Liu will ask you a little bit intriguing question.
Yes, it's a video from Thibaut Courtois, and we know that so far many good goalkeepers did very excellent performance in Russian World Cup. So which goalkeeper left you the deepest impression? How do you comment the performance of Thibaut?
Well, again, I said before, I don't want to kind of put one on top of another one. It's not fair because we're in the middle of the tournament now. So now you name a goalkeeper, and the next game he makes 2 mistakes, you know. So I think this is a question when the World Cup is over, and then we choose who gets the golden glove, they call it, right? They call it the golden glove. I wouldn't pick a name right now.
Okay.
You have to be patient.
Can we talk about Belgium? Because Medium always said that Belgium is a team which has very top player, but no chemistry, no teamwork. So do they have enough strength to win the tournament?
Yes, I think so. I think they have enough quality. And now we all will see if they have the drive. I mean, the desire to go all the way till the final. We always, over the generations, talked about very talented Belgium teams, you know, always in World Cups.
Right.
Because they developed always individual top-class players. But then we wondered, why are they not in the Final Four? You know, so, but I think this Belgium team is exceptional. So they could do it.
So last question, it's from Thibaut. We know that because of the love of the supporters, so many players have their own nickname in China. Do you know your nickname?
I think it's Golden Bomber.
Yes, right. So the question from Thibaut about his nickname. So we want you to pick up the right answer from him.
Hello guys, do you know my Chinese nickname that the Chinese fans give me? A. Pantyhose, B. Jeans, or C. Boots?
It's too difficult for you.
Yeah.
Because they give the nickname based on his pronunciation in Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
I have to pass on this one.
Okay, I will tell you the right answer because the first one, pantyhose. Because the pronunciation in Chinese we call it 裤袜, the similar as 裤耳图袜. Yeah, because of the pronunciation. Okay, thank you, Jürgen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going to the next segment. We're going to have a little bit interesting games.
Okay.
Okay,
Shall we?
please stand in the middle.
And here?
今天我们说一下巨星驾到这个方案。其实上一版你们已经，你笑什么呢？
我看方案呢。
下次注意。
我刚才明明看你在这看领导照片呢，他怎么就看不着啊？
这是我刚买的国美分麦闹的手机，还有一个锁定查看功能。等玩一下这个 Mickey 键的时候，你看看，你滑一下。
这也太酷了吧！
国美分麦 Note，
你见非我见。 本栏目由国美分麦 Note 声纹识别手机独家冠名播出。
分麦 Note， 先声夺人，横扫千机。
好的，欢迎回到巨星驾到。本栏目由国美分麦 Note 声纹识别手机独家冠名播出。分麦 Note 先声夺人，横扫千机，越纯净越有力量。本栏目由极净动力超凡表现的壳牌洗涤润滑油特约赞助。接下来呢，就到了我们这个互动环节了。我们把这个幸运的机会留给来自于现场的球迷朋友们。我们会邀请2位球迷朋友上台来和克林斯曼先生一起来进行一个游戏。这个游戏也非常的有意思啊，叫做气球点球射门，比这个普通的足球难度要高很多。我们会把一个气球放在这个我们场中间的点球点附近，看谁射中的比较多。所以呢，我现在要挑选2位非常热情的，希望上台来和克林斯曼先生互动的球迷，看谁手举得比较高。来，这位女球迷吧，身着这个德国球衣非常显眼。啊，这个男生都快站起来了，有请。来，把这个机会给你们，站在克林斯曼先生旁边。
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
放在这个屋顶稍微靠后一点这个位置，好不好
Yeah, one by
It
one.
could make it.
Yeah.
好
Don't break it.
来，1、2、3，走。
You got a blow on it.
来，这位男生，证明我们中国德国球迷的
按住，
加油。
You got to
需要
blow it in.
困难劲儿。哦。
Oh, but that was better
哇
from a distance.
，better for him.
Yeah, no, you get more distance. But maybe you have to bring the wind in from the other side.
Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Klinsmann, it's your time.
Okay, it's my
Like
time.
to try?
Okay, try it.
Do you need a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I need Jens
Hey,
Lehmann.
Jonathan.
See, no, the wind is coming from there.
That's smart. That's very smart.
Thank you, Jürgen. And it's a gift for the two supporters.
Yes. Nice to
2位
meet
球迷朋友已
you.
经尽力了。好的，最后呢，我们也是给我们这2位来参与活动的球迷朋友一个机会，和克林斯曼先生来一个大合影。Is it okay? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
thank
好，
you.
非常感谢我们2位球迷朋友。好，非常感谢，谢谢。
一如既往，我们的巨星驾到，每一位巨星来到这里之后呢，都会给我们签下在足球上呢，签名留念。那么在签名留念的同时呢，我们的本期节目呢马上就要结束了。我们非常感谢克林斯曼先生能够来到我们的节目的现场，和我们的球迷，我们一起和我们的观众来分享他在足球生涯中的那些有趣的故事。同时呢，对于本届的俄罗斯世界杯，进行了一些展望。虽然他并没有说，比如说我们的巴西的球迷啊，他告诉你巴西能夺冠军，但是他依旧说巴西还是非常有希望能够夺得冠军的。好了，我们非常感谢克林斯曼先生，也感谢我们收看我们这个节目的所有的观众，感谢各位收看《巨星驾到》，我们下期节目再见，拜拜。
Bye.